now I might just see how it feels with the thumb. So we've gone deep with the elbow, but this time sometimes you can get more specific with the thumb and really feel up there.
Oh, yeah.
So we're right under that sit bone, that high hammy tendon. You can see in there.
Oh.
Got to get in where the sun don't shine. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're right on something there.
Goes all the way down to my calf and my foot.
Yeah, you can get some pretty nasty referral patterns up here. G'day guys, Jason and Darcy here. Today we're treating Darcy's glute and hamstring. So he's got a little bit of a niggle going on at the moment. So what's going on, Darcy? Let's have a bit of a chat first.
Yeah. So playing footy 2 weekends ago, I copped a corky on the side, and I reckon what's happened is it tightened up my glute and my lower back. I was really sore, limping around, and then I didn't notice that I had more high hamstring glute tension or pain until I trained on later in that week on the Thursday. So the Monday night was all right. But the Thursday I really felt it, and then I was battling with it all over the weekend. I had to take anti-inflammatories and things like that, which I don't like doing. And I know stretching it's been irritating it. Like I thought at the start getting my mobility was helping, but then the more I've stretched it, the more it's actually like aggravated it a little bit.
And you feel more aggravation in that hamstring when you try and stretch your glute, or when you're trying to stretch your ham?
So when I stretch my glute, it irritates it. And when I stretch my hamstring, it irritates it. So
all right.
Yeah. Been using a foam roller and a ball, but let's get some treatment on it.
Let's start. We might just do a little pin there anyway. So let's put the towel that way. Yeah. We might just go straight into piriformis and these lower, like deep external rotators. So quite often where we normally treat more of the upper part of the glute up here, but sometimes those deep external rotators can really get stuck and blocked, and they don't allow, like we got Darcy off camera to do a bit of a hip hinge, and he sort of felt like a bit of that discomfort and almost like a bit stuck trying to hinge back into his glutes. So sometimes that can be these external rotators where when you're going back into a hip hinge, that's helping to promote internal rotation of the glute, or of the hip joint, sorry. So if you're struggling to hinge back, that can be these external rotators sort of being short and tight. And that can be because of that knock that Darcy mentioned where he's got a bit of a bruise on the hip. So it might have just been a bit of compensation in his movement patterns, and then these muscles start interacting a bit differently. He might have, as he said, he was running a bit differently, so he might be recruiting some of those smaller, deeper muscles as opposed to his glute max and really driving through that hip. So I can feel it's pretty tight and angry in there. So I'm just tracing around. So this is his greater trochanter, so the hip bone there. So I've just placed my elbow on the medial side of that, and I'm just angling my pressure sort of down that way in towards those tendons. So right where they attach in there.
So sore.
Yeah,
so
I
good.
can feel straight away they're really ropey and tight. So we can just pin that.
It's good though.
And as we start to move down this way, it feels like it's a bit blocked in there.
Jeez Louise. It's good. Need it. It's necessary.
And is that in where you feel a lot of that sort of tension and pain, or that discomfort that you've been getting through the glute?
Yeah, it's been pretty angry, like globally, the whole glute, the whole hammy, it's all been pretty nasty. Just doing my best to relax.
Yeah, we've gone straight into it.
Yeah,
not too much of a warm-up in there, but
it's fine.
Sometimes if you can just get in and get this area done straight away, then we can even get Darcy up and retest and see how it feels just targeting this, and it might be like, okay, now he feels a bit more glute med, we can go a bit more global. We get in and release this straight away and it feels a lot better, then okay, then we've done the hard yards in the first 5 minutes of the session. We can move on and treat a bit of everything else a bit slower and work our way through the body. So now that we've got our pressure in there, just getting Darcy to relax. We can even just sit the leg there, so we don't actually have to go through some movement at the moment, just being there. And then once it starts to feel like it's relaxing, we can just get Darcy to stay as relaxed as possible, and I'm just going to move him through some passive range and just feeling for how those muscles and those tissues are feeling under my elbow. So do they get stuck, or is there anything that really pushes back into my elbow as I'm moving him through there?
It's so sore.
So I can feel it's pretty good until that end range there that starts to grab a little bit. Yeah, there's a bit there when we get into the end range there as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm just anchoring my elbow in there. I haven't actually moved my elbow. So just by doing this, I'm pinning those tendons, but by moving the hip and the leg, it's just changing the angles and where I'm hitting on those muscles in there without actually having to move myself.
Oh, it's so good, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Now we might swap my elbow, so this way I can sort of hook under a little bit more.
Oh.
And we're just going to slowly sit there. So we're not on still not on that hamstring tendon. This is still more the glute side. So I'm just above that glute fold, still in those deep external rotators.
So sore. It's definitely where I've been feeling it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's like right on it. It's just, I have to breathe. Sorry, guys. Oh.
So just for a reference point for you guys, if we come over to the chart here, Leo, if you can zoom in from over there. So we're targeting this area here, so all these white tendons. So normally we're treating up around this area of the glute or even a bit higher, but we're sort of targeting right down here. So where those glutes are attaching on more out that wider part. So yeah, all the way out here and under, deep in under there, as opposed to, yeah, as we said, up around this iliac crest. So that's where we're trying to get to. If you can't see through Darcy's black undies, it's a bit of a little anatomy shot for you.
Yeah. Oh. Doesn't look like much, but there's so much going on under there.
Yeah,
It's a lot. It's good.
So yeah, I'm just sinking in until I sort of feel a hard layer of resistance in that tissue. And yeah, straight away we can sort of feel it there. So I don't need to move too much. I'm just pinning, holding, and then just waiting for that to sort of soften up and melt. We can do these little shimmies just to try and encourage it to move away from where it might be stuck. So if it's stuck in close to the bone this way, we're trying to scoop it out that way and clear it away.
Cool. Oh, yeah. It's good.
All right, Darcy, we might just get you to jump up, just have a little bit of a move around, see if that's moved at all.
All right. So yeah, off camera we did like a hip hinge. Oh, that feels good. Feels so much better. I could tell
More, yeah, as soon as you started moving, you could...
if anything, there's a little bit of like
More hamstring awareness.
hamstring.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as you hit that first point.
Yeah, because you had that block when you were hinging back at sort of here, where you felt like you were getting resistance, yeah? Yeah.
So maybe a little bit in the hammy or
Yeah.
So yeah, you go.
Let's do this high hammy, and then we might even have a bit more of a look through the upper part of his glute, just to make sure there's nothing up there as well.
Yeah.
So, that's a bit too much wax. So we can start with the palm, just since we got pretty stuck in with the elbow, the previous spot. So start a bit broader for this one.
Looking after me.
Look after him now. We've done the deep digging work. Got the excavator in there. We can go a bit broader for now, just to see how this whole hamstring feels. Get a bit of an idea of how the muscle actually feels as we work down into it, or is it more just that tendon up there is tight as well? It's feeling pretty good through the actual hamstring.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, this is how a session would look in real life. So sometimes we just get stuck straight into the spot. Like if it's if we've got a woman or something, sometimes I might not even get them to get undressed. We might just get them straight on the table. And if I'm sort of thinking through my assessment and questioning that it might be those deep external rotators, sometimes if they've got leggings or jeans, we can just actually treat straight through it and just see how that goes. Like just do it for 5 or 10 minutes. And yeah, just see if we get that sort of instant relief, like, oh, that's taken a lot of that tension away. Then we can say, all right, then we can start to explore a bit further from there. So it's not always that we need to, go through a starting ritual or whatever. It's just like, what does that person genuinely need, and how can we get the quickest and best result for that person? So, we identified that Darcy had a bit of a restriction through that hip hinge, and that's where he was feeling it sort of deep in the glute. It felt like something was getting pinched. So yeah, go straight to the source of that, see how that feels once we release it. And then we can start working further away and be like, okay, maybe the hamstrings are the secondary issue. So we'll get a little bit of wax on the elbow, and now we're getting up under this glute fold here, and this is getting into that high hamstring tendon, that sit bone. So I'm sinking under and angling back in this way with my elbow. So really trying to hit that high hammy tendon.
That's a good spot.
Yeah. And we can explore like whether it's more medial on that hamstring tendon. So I'm rolling more to the inside, which generally is more nasty anyway, but we can just feel whether that feels relevant for Darcy, or does it feel more straight on or more to the lateral side. Lateral side feels all right.
Yeah.
So for me, it's more up that way. So I'm pulling back in with my shoulder here, angling under. That's where it feels blocked to me. Feels like I get to an area where I can't sink much further. So I'm just going to hold and wait, see if that area softens up and I can get in a bit further.
Yeah, it's real good.
And there we feel like I'm starting to get a bit of a release.
Yeah.
Just wiggles, and then we can start to move it away. So I might start to stand up. So this way I can lean my body backwards. And that's starting to perform a bit of a scoop down that hamstring.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Now we're feeling for what's going on actually, that we've now got down more into that hamstring. Again, we can roll around more lateral, medial, or straight down the guts. Feels like there's a bit of a block coming up this way. Just keep going all the way
Feels so good.
And then we'll sink out of there. Let's come around, see a bit more of that medial line.
Oh, yeah.
So a bit broader. Then we want to sink in. So it's still that important part of sinking in. Oh, yes, I'm going deep, but I'm taking my time getting there. I'm not just going straight back in as fast as I can. It's going in, so I can get to that depth where we're going to be effective.
Yeah.
Where if I go in too fast, Darcy's going to be tensing up. He's going to be hating it. He might be hating it a little bit now, but it's easier to receive if the person gets to that depth slowly.
Yeah. Nah, it's good, man. I like it. It's good. It's necessary. Oh, that's sore there. Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel as we roll a bit more medial, there's definitely a bit that pushes back into my elbow. So I'm just going to sit there. I can even lean over so I can angle in a bit more. And then we can start to work it down. Sink out of there. Now I might just see how it feels with the thumb. So we've gone deep with the elbow, but this time sometimes you can get more specific with the thumb and really feel up there.
Oh, yeah.
So we're right under that sit bone, that high hammy tendon. You can see in there.
Oh.
Got to get in where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're right on something there.
Bro. Goes all the way down to my calf and my foot.
Yeah, you can get some pretty nasty referral patterns up here. But this is where we're going for that Golgi tendon organ reflex, which is where if we target the tendon of the muscle and you release that point, that's why this area is such a money spot. If we target this point and release that, that can actually trigger a reaction down that whole hamstring to encourage that tissue to relax. So that's why we want to make sure that we start up in this tendon, because we can have such a profound effect by hitting this tendon and triggering that reflex by relaxing this area and getting rid of those pain receptors up here, that whole hamstring can start to regain its function just by treating this area properly high up here.
Oh, yeah.
And for those practitioners out there, if you need to build up the thumb endurance, sometimes you just got to reinforce, or however you can get extra pressure through that thumb. So using the other one, but it just takes time, that you've got to get time under your hands. So you've just got to learn how to apply pressure with your thumb, build up the endurance. Sometimes you've got to go through a little bit of discomfort yourself to get the fix. But yeah, you will get stronger in your thumbs the more you do this sort of work, especially if you've come from more of a practice where you're moving and treating a bit faster. This deeper, slower, more targeted work takes a bit more strength behind you. So you do have to allow for that adjustment period where you're just pinning and holding and doing smaller movements. But it will come.
So good.
Let's just get Darcy up to retest. See how we feel through that hamstring, through that glute.
All right. So yeah, the hip hinge was, oh, that feels so clean. Feels good. Feels like I can really sit into that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you can move back into it. Any other movements that you were generally feeling it in a lot more?
Nah, that was mostly it, like a hip hinge. I was like stretching the hammy as well, sort of putting it up. Yeah, that feels pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Fixed.
Awesome, there it is.
Thanks, bro.
No worries. There it is, guys, a quick hamstring and deep hip external rotator. So if you're struggling with some discomfort in that glute or in the top of your hamstring, this is what we can do for you. So book an appointment or book in with one of our practitioners, we can help you out. Thanks, guys. See ya.
See you next time.